Welcome to another episode of the Unexpected Detour. Where in life detours are inevitable. This morning, while I was walking my dog Mocha, we passed by a pond near my home, just as we often do. As I looked out over the water, I noticed the wild geese, the swans, and the ducks that call that pond home. Whenever I walk by them, I enjoy watching them. They're different in size, they're different in appearance, they each have their own characteristics, yet somehow they seem to coexist. As I continued our walk this morning, I couldn't help but think about us. We as human beings have been given the ability to think, reason, love, and communicate. Yet sometimes it seems as though we struggle to live peacefully with one another. We complain about one another, we criticize one another, we judge one another. Too often, we dislike people because of their ethnicity, their religious beliefs, their culture, or simply because they don't see life the way we do. It made me wonder, what if we learned something from the birds? Now, I know birds aren't perfect, they have disagreements too. They protect their space, and occasionally you'll see one of them chase another one away. But after it's over, they return to the same pond. They continue sharing the same water. They don't leave because someone is different. They simply continue living. As I watched them this morning, I was reminded that nature has a way of teaching us lessons if we're willing to slow down long enough to pay attention. Then I thought about a verse that has always spoken to me. Romans chapter 12, verse 18 says, if it is possible, as far as it depends upon you, live at peace with everyone. Notice what the scripture says. It doesn't tell us everyone will agree with us. It doesn't say everyone will think like us. It doesn't even promise that everyone will like us. It simply says, as far as it depends on you. That means peace begins with me. Peace begins with you. Imagine what our homes would look like if we chose understanding before judgment. Imagine what our communities would look like if we listened before we spoke. Imagine what our world might become if we respected one another, even when we disagree. I don't know if we'll ever see that kind of world during my lifetime, but I pray that one day we will learn to live more like the birds I watched this morning. Different, unique, sharing the same neighborhood, living together without constantly looking for reasons to divide us. Perhaps that's one of God's quiet reminders through his creation. Sometimes the greatest lessons in life aren't spoken. Sometimes they're simply observed. Before we part ways, I'd like to leave you with a question. What lessons has nature taught you about life? I'd love to hear your story. Share your thoughts in the comments. Send me an email through my website. My website is theunexpecteddetour.net, or connect with me on social media. Your story may be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If today's episode encouraged you, would you do three simple things? First, like and subscribe to the Unexpected Detour on YouTube so you never miss an episode. Second, share this episode with someone who could use a reminder that peace begins with each of us. And finally, if this podcast has encouraged you along your own unexpected detour, leave a review. Your reviews help others discover this community and remind them they don't have to walk life's detours alone. Thank you for being part of this journey. Until next time, I'm Francis, and this is the Unexpected Detour. Where in life detours are inevitable, but we never have to walk them alone.